Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday, I think. So nice to be back here again. Today has been a glorious day. Early this morning, I hopped online and had an opportunity to do a little reunion with a group of people that I started a mastermind with in 2019. We did it with Robert Holden, and the mastermind was called Success Intelligence. And a group of us came together and became a family, became a community. And it was just a beautiful selection of human beings coming together for whatever reason each of us was chosen to be in this particular group. And I have to tell you, seeing all of their faces again this morning, there were only a few people that weren't there, it was just glorious. And we came together and we shared how we're feeling, how we're doing right now. And as we talked it through, each of us was having a different experience and at the same time, a similar experience. So as we went on with our conversation, each of us sharing, I got to listen to the moms that are at home, homeschooling their children, solopreneurs who have shut down their businesses and have just taken this time out to see what happens next. Many of us sort of shifting our perspectives and our priorities. But one of the universal themes that came out of this discussion that we had this morning was that we are all recognizing that something good will come from this. That is not to say that we are dismissive or not mindful of the suffering and the pain that many of us are going through, because, as you hear me say probably all too often, we are all connected. And none of us are able to totally dismiss the pain, the suffering, the sadness that this has created. But we were able to connect and to articulate how we feel about the possibilities for coming out and the possibilities of moving forward. Hi, Joe. Hi, Kristen. Hey, David. I wanted you to all benefit from that collective experience that I had this morning. One of the things that surfaced was a dear friend on the call talked about rediscovering Viktor Frankl's A Man's Search for Meaning. If you've never read that book, please pick it up. Viktor Frankl was in a concentration camp, and the book is really about how nothing can break our spirit. And it's one of the books that I have chosen also to reread. It really helps you to understand how you can really stand in the authentic, solid ground of who you really are and who you were created to be, and not ever lose that no matter what is going on around you externally. So that's a very helpful read at this period of time. I have to say that with each passing day, I feel myself going deeper into who I really am. It's like coming home to yourself. And when you shut out the noise and you just slow down a bit, even if you thought that you were doing a pretty good job with your meditation and your spiritual practices, something like this that maybe puts you on a pause takes you even deeper into finding out where your priorities lie, what your perspective might be on some things that it's important to look at, how that perspective might shift in light of different things happening around you externally. So the challenge today is, how has this experience that we're all having shifted some priority or perspective that you had? What has already shifted inside of you and is manifesting itself in a way where it possibly might not shift back? Have you managed to find some level of comfort and quality to some rhythm that you've developed in your life that you don't want to let go of once we get beyond the coronavirus? This is really a beautiful opportunity to find that. And I am finding that my perspective is shifting on some things. I pray that I can hold on to the things that are shifting, because what's happening is I'm finding more peace, less anger and frustration. I'm finding that I can be still and sit in silence, and the silence is comforting to me. Why? Because I don't have to jump up to do something in the next 5 minutes. I'm establishing a different rhythm, and you might find that too. So once again, the challenge for today: what priority or perspective around something have you already found that is shifting? And might that shift remain? Might it be something worth holding on to? I had a conversation, as I told you, I'm finding old friends, but I need to nurture relationships on. And hi, Elaine. Oh, so happy to see you. Terry, I haven't talked to you in forever. Kristen, I am just really excited about these phone calls that I'm making. So I picked up the phone today and I called Denny Mineta. And Denny and I have been good friends for 40 plus years. I mean, that's something to say when you've had a friend for 40 years. Some of you watching aren't 40 years old. However, it was lovely. And I just want to say, if there's anyone that you haven't talked to in a long time and you're a little bit reluctant to pick up the phone because you're not sure how you might be received, take a chance, call them. Denny was not one of those people. I know we're always happy to hear from each other, but sometimes we don't make the call because we don't want to get cussed out. So this is a great time to say, hey, I was just thinking about you and I want to talk to you and I've missed talking to you. So make that connection. So much good can come from this. Let's not just let it be a horror story. Let it be a season of growth and connection that we couldn't have gotten to if we hadn't gone through what we're going through now. I love you all. See you tomorrow.